All right, well, welcome to the double commit. You got me and old Staviroo over here. And with Worlds starting tomorrow, which we will both be at, so that's super exciting. But we're going to be at Worlds, and before that started, we just wanted to take some time and talk about some Swiss stages and try our best to predict those, but that's a hassle. And then go from there throughout the whole week. But starting off for day one tomorrow, day one will be the Swiss stage round one, and then Wednesday is Swiss stage round two, and then Thursday is. So the way this tournament's set up, which I'm a big fan of, is you get to see every team play at least once. Nobody goes home before crowds get in on Friday. So I believe that it's round one, round two, and then round three mids play.
Yep.
And
upper.
And the upper plays? Okay. I couldn't remember if the upper played or not. I didn't know if teams qualified, which I guess that makes sense. They would play uppers round three and mids. And then I think they might play uppers round four also before fans get in. And so
that's possible.
Like everything on Friday is go home games. Which, what a way to start what a way to start your fans being present days, is everything is win or go home.
No joke.
Which I kind of hate it, because if you're a team or if you're a fan of one of these teams that ends up in the O2 stage of the Swiss, it's like you pay money, you make flight plans, you make all your travel plans, and you get to show up and watch your favorite team potentially play one game or one match. And then imagine if you show up and your favorite team gets 3-0'd. You're like, well, all right, that was glad I came.
You know, though, those teams, I mean, I hate to say it, but a lot of people are used to them going home before the crowd days with how the format has been. So,
fair enough.
We take the wins. We're getting there.
Yep, fair enough. But so
I did check Wikipedia. Round 4 high matches are going to be the same day as round 3 mid and round 3 low, and round 3 high will be on Wednesday.
So round 3 low is Thursday?
Actually,
or are you tweaking? You tweaking on me?
I'm round 3. No. Round 3 low is Friday. Low, mid, and high are all Friday. That's what I was saying. Round 3 high was the Thursday. Before crowds. Round 3 high will be before crowds.
Oh,
that's what I was trying to say.
Okay. But those are your teams that you're guaranteed to see play later in the weekend anyway, so I guess that's fair.
Yeah,
okay. But those are like your top teams. You don't get to see them till playoff time, which again,
that is a little
makes sense.
A little sad,
but we'll be going to
everyone else will have a lot more games in between them too. That'll make it interesting, especially with how we've got the brackets playing out.
Mm-hmm. And then we've got big boy watch parties, Cloud9 and OG putting one on. There's going to be stuff to do if you're in the area before crowd days.
Yep.
I know
Athena's gonna have a concert.
Yep, Athena live
Saturday.
in concert Saturday night. That's going to be fun.
That's crazy.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Very exciting.
Is that free? Is that free to attend?
Probably not, but I don't think there's any news yet. I think Gen G is hosting it, and I haven't seen.
I didn't see anything about tickets for that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it'll be a bar, or what the arrangement is going to be.
That would make sense, but
full bar show.
Did Athena say where it'll be? Come see me perform live in concert shows for all ages.
Probably not a bar.
Like, so I don't. It says City of Sound. Is that a venue?
Yeah, that's the band. No, that's a band that Athena is singing with.
Okay, so yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. Kind of waiting on more details on that one.
It's here. Location.
I'm tweaking. Okay.
Ridley. How do you say that?
Regalia. It's not regalia.
R-I-D. R-I-D.
It's some theater.
G-L-E-A.
Some theater.
Sound it out.
I don't think that helps.
Ridglea. I have no idea. Select tickets. What we got? $20.
$20. That's not bad.
Yeah,
Meet and greet. I don't need a meet and greet, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie.
VIP. Yeah, no, I mean RLCS will still be going at that time, won't it? It's at 4:30.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't need a meet and greet. Give me the 20 the 20 bones ticket. Let me go see that girl sing. But all right, enough of that.
Anyway,
Into the Swiss stage. There's lots to do. But what also has a lot to be done before fans get in is the Swiss stage. So we're gonna look at some Swiss stage predictions. I am gonna zoom in first and not just ruin my entire Swiss stage predictions at one time.
It's a good call.
Hopefully, we'll see.
We're gonna have to. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a way to. How high can I make this zoom feature? That's as far as it goes. All right. Well, you're just gonna see some of my picks, and that's okay. But
I guess
starting
we could
out,
just redo. I guess we could make another copy and just go through and.
No, too late. I'm already showing.
Oh yeah,
we're good.
Oh, it's just Swiss anyway. It's okay.
Yeah. So Swiss stage round 1. I feel like it's gonna be pretty straightforward. Steve, you've got some different picks than I do.
Yes, sir.
Or it plays out differently because of the way that you do it. So walk me through. I guess your G2 versus Limitless.
Yep, that's a 3-0. Clean 3-0.
All right, easy 3-0.
Yep, then we've got Gentlemates, another 3-0. Falcons, 3-0.
Yep,
After that, we're off to another 3-0.
Wait, we're looking pretty similar.
Not calling a sweep after those 3. Probably, almost definitely will be in Swiss stage. I feel like they happen a lot more than I expect them to. But Furia 3-1 on OG. BDS 3-2 Oxygen. We're looking for Oxygen to bounce back later. I think BDS will just start with the early confidence here.
Coming out of EWC.
Yep. I mean, you just won. You just won on a land stage. You're probably feeling good. 3-1 Vitality on Secret. 3-1 Gen G Power. And then Carmine 3-1 Space Station, which is unfortunate for me. And I think that could go either way. I just went with the 3-1 to keep the theme.
Okay. So where
definitely could go either way. That's a Carmine's winning a couple of mentally frustrating overtimes.
Okay. Yeah. The difference between mine and yours, I have BDS beating Oxygen 3-1. Even though I would love to see Oxygen win this whole thing, I think BDS 3-1. I had Vitality 3-0 against Secret. Okay. Gen G 3-1's Power, and then I have Space Station beating Carmine 3-2. Again, we talked about it before.
Valid.
Carmine missing Major 2 altogether, not getting to be a part of EWC. Now, I know they're going to get reps in, like they still do scrims, they still have all that going for them, but just not having the LAN experience, I think that's going to play a role. And so for me, I see Space Station taking it 3-2. Again, it's not going to be blowouts or anything, but I got Space Station taking that one.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll see. And I'm on the Carmine hype train right now.
Okay.
We will see.
Which that also changes our Swiss, where our Swisses go from here on out.
Yep.
All because of that one difference in outcomes.
Swiss is so fun.
Swiss is going to be a nightmare to try to predict.
Always.
But
so exciting, though.
So, walk me through your 1-0 round.
My uppers, I had G2 and BDS facing off, Gentlemates and Carmine, Falcons and Gen G, and Furia and Vitality. I gave the wins to G2 in a 3-2, Carmine in a 3-1, Falcons 3-1 over Gen G, and Furia 3-2 over Vitality.
Okay.
So lots of rivalry series here, lots of teams that have played each other throughout the season, and just seasons past. I think G2 looked better than BDS by a mile when they played them in the EWC. That was with NAS, not Beast Mode. And I can't imagine them losing with him. I think even with their confidence and their better warm-up game in the first round, I think G2 will still take care of business there. I'm on the Carmine hype train. I think if Jorias can make Gentlemates stumble, then so can Vatira, Rise, or Ato. Falcons Gen G, Falcons were very in control against them. I think stylistically that's a bad matchup for Gen G. And I hope they get a game at least. And then Furia Vitality, I'm just looking for them to keep the rivalry going with a bounce back win after their loss at EWC. I predicted them to win there too though, so who knows really. I might not be the one to follow up with.
Okay. I've
What's
got
your
I've got G2 and Space Station facing off in the 1-0. I think a little battle of NA.
tough?
Yeah, tough to see it, but it's Swiss. Everybody has lives to lose, so they're okay. I've got G2 taking it 3-1. And then my second one would be Gentlemates versus Gen G. And I am just hoping. I've predicted Gen G 3-2.
Okay.
I'm hoping for it.
I rock with that.
I'm hoping because Gentlemates, their first matchup is the Pioneers. I'm not expecting the most out of the Pioneers. And hopefully that Gen G, their first round will be Power. And as we saw at EWC, Power kind of came out swinging. Power was the upset potential in their group. Now, they didn't exactly fulfill their potential, but I feel like Power was a challenge that people weren't expecting to come up against. And so Gen G's going to have a better warm-up game coming into their match against the Gentlemates. Have them taking that series 3-2. And then I have Falcons BDS. Our EWC rematch happens in my 1-0 Swiss round. To where I have the Falcons getting a little bit of revenge. I have Falcons 3-2 on that one. And then we get another rivalry. Vitality Furia. And I have Furia taking it 3-1. Getting a little revenge from EWC.
All right. So we've got some couple of similar ones losing and advancing.
Because who are your four coming out of the 1-0?
I've got G2, Carmine, Falcons, and Furia.
Okay, so if we just
the
substitute
is Gen G and Carmine. I think.
Just substitute that and that's it. Now
and then the 0-1.
My
surely,
0-1.
Surely we're about the same.
My 0-1, Carmine versus Limitless. 3-0.
Okay.
3-0.
Yeah. Yep.
Power versus Pioneers. 3-0.
Okay.
Oxygen versus Gladiators. 3-0.
Yeah.
And then OG versus Secret. I gave Secret a game, but OG 3-1.
Okay. We both had OG and Secret playing each other.
Okay.
I had Oxygen Limitless 3-0, Space Station Pioneers 3-0, Power Gladiators 3-0.
Okay.
And then
so we have
OG, but I did a 3-2 for OG instead of 3-1.
Okay. But so we both have the same teams going into the 0-2 at least.
Yep.
So there's some hope there.
Yeah.
So our 0-2, we'll start with the 2-0 actually. Our 2-0 rounds.
Who moves on first?
Do what?
Yeah, who moves on first? That's the way it'll go in in bracket play.
Also. Our first qualifications. For me, I got G2 and Falcons qualifying first. Falcons, I have them 3-0ing Furia. Based on what I saw at the EWC, if they show up in the same form, Falcons are going to blow Furia away. They're going to make quick work of them. And then G2 and Gen G, I think G2, as weird as it is, they had to play 2 of the NA teams, in my Swiss at least. They played 2 NA teams to qualify, but they do it. So that's who I got moving out of the 2-0.
That's funny. I had G2 playing Europe teams in the second and third matches, but I still had them winning, so that's funny. But my Falcons are going to beat Furia 3-1. I think Furia takes a game.
Okay.
G2 plays Carmine for me, and they win 3-2.
Okay.
I think.
What happened to the
We've just
Carmine
seen
hype train?
G2's had very consistent form, and so
Okay.
I think going into playoffs, I'm gonna keep showing their consistency.
Okay.
But we'll see what happens once playoffs comes. You never
Gotcha.
know.
What about your middle, your 1-1s? We'll get to
My
Elan's here in a
middle.
second.
So we got Gentlemates and OG.
Okay, I've got that matchup.
Gentlemates. Okay, I've got Gentlemates unfortunately winning that in a 3-2 fashion. I'm pulling for OG big time. I would really love to see JNaps make playoffs, but I just don't know. And honestly, I really don't know what to expect out of Gentlemates at all
That's fair.
after the fumble we saw. I have
I
no clue.
I'm hoping what I've predicted is a Gentlemates out of the 1-0 round, losing to Gen G in a close 3-2 series. Their mental's going to be shot. I think their mental's going to struggle a little bit. They come into the OG series. OG takes them 3-1.
Wow. See, so you and I went different routes here. I figured Gentlemates might be shot, but I still think they might win in a 3-2 fashion. I just don't know how hot OG are feeling, to be honest, because we haven't really gotten to see them play. It's same thing. They
That's
didn't
true.
get to perform at EWC, so I just don't know. Um,
Because I mean, we both got them obliterating their
I
0-1
do.
opponent.
Yep.
And so I think you're going to have OG coming in hot, Gentlemates on a down, and if OG comes in on an up and catches Gentlemates on that down, it's over.
That would be
Gen,
exciting. I
Gen,
mean, there's a world where OG move on to playoffs. It's just not the world that I've created in my bracket.
I also, well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But
So Vitality and Power are next for me.
okay,
I've got Vitality winning that one 3-1.
okay. My next is
After that,
BDS Power,
okay.
BDS 3-1.
Okay, yeah, same as EWC then. So after I have BDS after that, but they play Space Station, and I've got BDS unfortunately taking it in a 3-2.
Okay. My Space Station series would be Space Station versus Oxygen. and come on boys
Yeah,
in green, come on.
yeah. We gotta
Oxygen
pull for Oxygen here.
I've got them 3-2 in it though, so it's gonna be a close series
Okay.
with Space Station, but I have Oxygen winning that. And then my final matchup is Vitality versus Carmine,
Okay.
and I've got KC taking it 3-1.
You better.
I've got KC taking it 3-1.
If you were having them lose to Vitality, I'd be upset.
Because like I said, I mean, it's catching them on the up and the down. Carmine is gonna, I'm assuming, obliterate Limitless. And that's even if I get my round 1 predictions correct.
Right.
None of these matches that we're talking about right now, they could potentially not happen.
Except we're pretty sure about OG and Secret. That's the one matchup that I think.
I think we got that
see.
one. But so out of the 1-1 round, I've got OG, BDS, Carmine, and Oxygen. Moving on.
Okay, so my last 1-1 is going to be Oxygen and Gen G, and I've got Oxygen taking it 3-2
Okay,
as well.
I can see it. Now the 0-2, let's send some people home.
Yep. Unfortunately, we're about to see Limitless go home with hopefully not another 3-0. I think I'm gonna give them a 3-1 and change right now just
okay.
because.
Who do you have Limitless losing to?
Limitless loses to Secret here.
Okay. I also gave Limitless a game to Secret.
Okay.
So Secret will send the Limitless home with the 3-1. And then to finish out, I have the Gaming Gladiators not taking a single game at Worlds.
Ooh.
0-3 in round 1, 0-3 in the 0-1, and 0-3 in the 0-2.
That's tough. That's tough for Gladiators.
I have Pioneer sweeping them out of Worlds.
I have Pioneers winning 3-1.
Okay.
I gave Gladiators a game. At first, I had Limitless getting swept out of Worlds, but I really don't want to see that happen. So yeah. I'm just saying no sweeps out of Worlds.
I gave the Gladiators a game originally, and then I looked back and I was like, man, to show up and not win anything
This would probably be the first time. I feel like there's always been a team that's gotten swept out, right? I think.
Well, this is the first Worlds we've had with Swiss, isn't it? It's normally been group play for Worlds.
Was last year group play?
A great
Or was
question.
last year Swiss? It is a great question. One that I hope you're looking up the answer to. Because I'm
Okay.
not.
All right. Well, at least you're honest.
No, I'm on Wikipedia. What do we got? 22-23 World Championship. It was.
It was
Yeah, it was group stages.
no, it was Swiss.
Wild card.
I'm looking at Swiss right now.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Never mind.
Okay,
The wild card. The wild card was Swiss.
Okay, so it's not our first group stage.
But then it was qualifications after that from points, and that was group stage.
So the wild. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Swiss format.
The wild card was best of sevens,
the
though.
Wild card. Yeah.
And Gladiators got 0-12. Oh no!
Oh no!
So Gladiators has a history.
Oh, Limitless went 1-3. Yep. Limitless took a whole series against Valiant. Who was Valiant last year? Oh, it was the SSAs.
Yeah.
Too.
So.
Jeez, there were so many teams last year. That's insane.
What a time. But
Rip wild card. Anyway.
Yeah, but now we have Swiss tiebreakers, so
true, and we love the Swiss tiebreaker.
It's true, but
really excited for the AFL format.
So we sent Limitless and Gladiators home. G2 and Falcons qualify. So our 2-1s. Your 2-1s.
Where things are gonna get different for us, probably.
Yeah. Who's your first? Give me your 3 matchups.
We've got Carmine BDS for my first.
Okay, I have that one.
Okay, Furia Gentlemates. Actually, this might be where things get similar.
Don't have that.
Nope. Okay, and then Vitality Oxygen.
Don't have that.
Yep, okay.
Okay, so Carmine BDS, what you got?
I got 3-2 Carmine. We're rolling with them. Carmine just came off a loss to G2. They beat Gentlemates before that. They beat Space Station before that for me. And I think
clarify.
I think they beat BDS. I think BDS is little bro for Carmine. Not gonna lie. All season before they made major, I might be T-Bates spitting right now, just pulling something out that is not true. But
well, while you're looking that up, I got BDS. BDS 3-1. BDS qualifies. They're on to playoffs. And my other 2 matchups are Furia versus Oxygen.
Furia versus Oxygen?
Uh-huh.
That's exciting.
I've got Furia taking it 3-2.
No way.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I think Furia beats Oxygen 3-2, and then I've got Gen G versus OG. So that's a guaranteed North American team making it for my Swiss, and I had Gen G beating OG 3-1. So after the 2-0 and the 2-1 rounds, my 5 teams that I have qualified are G2 Falcons, Furia, Gen G, and BDS.
Okay. I looked it up. All
me.
3 of the first open qualifiers of the year, Carmine and BDS played each other, and Carmine won every single matchup.
Okay.
Stay tuned for 4, 5, 6. Where Carmine didn't play as well and is more recent.
That's fair. So, and the 5 teams you would have coming out of those rounds would be Falcons, G2, Carmine. You have Oxygen qualifying out of that, and Furia.
Yep. Oxygen beats Vitality. Furia beats Gentlemates 3-2. So we both have Furia winning here.
Your 2-1 round looks super exciting because you've got all 3 of those going 3-2.
Yeah, it's I think it could be good. I mean, everybody's going to be biased in their own brackets, but I'm hoping for mine. I think this would make for a really fun Worlds.
You've convinced me. I'm going to give Carmine a second game. We'll go 3-2. We'll go 3-2. But I still have BDS winning it, so
that's okay.
So what about your 1-2?
1-2. We've got Space Station, Secret, Gen G Pioneers, and Power OG. That is clean sweep for Space Station. See you later, Secret. Clean sweep for Gen G. See you later, Pioneers. And Power OG. I've got going to Game 5 with Power winning.
Oh, send an OG home.
Yep, send an OG home.
I've got
Unfortunately.
Gentlemates sweeping Secret. Vitality 3-1ing the Pioneers.
Okay.
And Space Station 3-2ing Power.
Okay, I could see that.
So Power, Pioneers, and Secret go home, and with that, OCE.
Who did OG play in your 2-1? With that OCE, move on to
OG played Genji. But so out of my Swiss, after our first two elimination rounds, OCE is now gone from the tournament completely. APAC is gone from the tournament. And SSA is also gone from the tournament.
And our one Mina seed, we have one Mina seed, and they moved on immediately.
Which we probably should have mentioned that. Oxygen taking that spot.
Yeah, crazy outcome.
We were supposed to get 2 teams out of the Middle East, and the 2 seed, anything, for whatever reason, couldn't fill the spot, and so Rocket League asked...
Because of Nalpo health concerns and being under 18, so his parents still manage him.
Okay. But because of that, Rocket League reached out to the 3 through 8 seeds from the MENA region, and none of them could field the spot.
Yep, nobody could get their visas in time, which is unfortunate. But
and so,
also competitively kind of exciting.
Yeah. But the way Oxygen was picked, they looked at which region performed the best at the majors. The EU region had performed the best, and so they gave the spot to the next in line EU team, which happened to be Oxygen. So it's tough for anything and the entire Middle East region as a whole. But great if you're an Oxygen fan. So great for me. Great for me.
Great for me too.
And finally, our 2-2 round. How are we doing this?
I've got Vitality Genji up first.
Okay. Oh, we're not gonna have the same matchups.
Yeah.
Tell me, who are your 3 that go home?
That move on?
That go home.
That go home. Vitality, Gentlemates, and Power all go home for me. So that's where OCE takes its exit officially.
Okay.
Vitality and Gentlemates both losing in Game 5.
Okay. So my 2-2 round, I have 2 EU versus EU matchups and an NA versus NA matchup.
Wow. I have EU versus NA for 2 and EU versus OCE for the last one.
So for me, my NA matchup is OG versus SSG. And I think SSG puts OG out of the playoff, sends them home. Oxygen versus Vitality. This is one I've been waiting on. I want to see this matchup. I don't care when it happens. I want to see OG and Oxygen, or Vitality and Oxygen. And Oxygen sends them home with a 3-1. Oxygen's into the playoffs. From not even making the tournament to into playoffs. That's what I'm here for. And what better... It's the most Oxygen way to do things. You go round 5 in the Swiss.
Yep,
unless you're the Shift Summer League where Oxygen stomps everybody, and then that league stops happening. So
true.
My final matchup: Carmine versus Gentlemates, where I send Carmine home.
There's no way.
I think Gentlemates, when it's all on the line, they're gonna have to make things click, and I think they send Carmine home. Well, if that's your opinion, this is mine.
But they didn't at the EWC. It's the most. I know. No, it could happen. It could happen. I refuse. I won't accept it. It won't happen in this world.
Okay. Well, again, that's your opinion. This one's mine, and we're gonna roll. So from there, we actually have, because of the new format, we actually get tiebreakers out of Swiss. So your Swiss tiebreakers come out, and for me, my first Swiss tiebreaker is BDS versus Gen G. And sadly, I got to give that BDS. I think they.
I don't even have BDS and Gen G playing each other at all in my playoff.
I'll give it a 3-1 to BDS. And when that
I would pick
happens,
BDS there.
Gen G drops down for me, and they play Furia. And I think that is just going to be a tough matchup that I'm going to have to give to Furia also. So Gen G loses both their tiebreaker matches. But I'm going to give it a 3-2 in that series. But what are your Swiss tiebreakers?
Mine is Carmine and Oxygen for that 3-4.
Okay.
I've got Carmine beating Oxygen 3-2. And then my 4th, 5th seed match is Oxygen and Furia. I've got Oxygen beating Furia 3-2 as well.
Okay. Wow. All right. So you've got Furia as your 5th seed.
Furia's going. Yep, Furia will play BDS in lower round 1. Space Station plays Gen G. And then, yep, Oxygen and Carmine move on to play Falcons and G2.
Okay. Ours are very different. My top 4, and now we're in BO7 territory.
Yeah.
My top 4, G2 versus Furia. I'm gonna give them a 4-2 to G2. Okay. Falcons BDS. BDS bounces back and takes that.
Wow, interesting. And yeah, ours are going to be very different.
I think that they are going to beat Falcons also in 6. I'm not even going to send it to Game 7.
Wow. That's incredible confidence in BDS. We've got some different routes for sure here.
It's confidence in Monkey Moon is what it is.
Yeah, and that's fair. You know, if you're going to be confident in someone on the world stage, he's a good one to give it to. For me, I've got Falcons beating Oxygen 4-2, and then G2 beating Carmine 4-3 in the upper quarters. My lowers, my round 1 lower, I have BDS beating Furia 4-3 and Gen G beating SSG 4-2.
I'm going to copy your Gen G. Because I also have Gen G SSG. But then I have Oxygen versus the Gentlemates in my 2nd lower.
Oxygen and Gentlemates.
And come on, boys.
Come on, boys.
Forward to Oxygen. We'll make it a Game 7 too.
Archie Peaks.
And then, that's so sad to look at.
Ha.
Furia versus Gen G. Yeah, this is just sad now.
Furia Gen G in the lower quarterfinals for you?
Uh-huh.
Mine's Carmine Gen G. I had Carmine beating Gen G here. But it was a Game 7.
I'm about to just... That makes me kind of sad to look at this, but... I think Furia is going to beat Gen G. I don't know how bad they're... Or what the score will be. And then I think Falcons will beat Oxygen.
Wow. You've got Falcons beating Oxygen?
Yes!
Interesting.
Yes, I have them beating Oxygen. What I hope doesn't happen...
I have Oxygen dodging Falcons... Oh, no, they played them in the upper quarterfinals for me, and Falcons won.
Okay, so I think...
But in the lowers, they dodged them.
I think Falcons will probably beat Oxygen 4-1.
Tough.
I just think it's a style clash that Falcons will take. Furia will beat Gen G in 7, which then all I've done now is I took my upper quarters and I flipped the teams.
That's funny.
My upper quarter was Gen G or G2 Furia, Falcons BDS, and now it's BDS Furia, G2 Falcons. Wow.
So I've got Oxygen playing BDS in the lower quarters, and I've got Oxygen beating them 4-3.
Hey.
I'm just inhaling hopium in my playoff.
I'm just glad you're honest about it.
Yeah, I mean, I know the way that I predict it will almost definitely not happen, but this is what I want. So that's what my bracket is.
Okay.
So Oxygen beats BDS, moves on to the semifinals along with Carmine. Carmine beating Gen G, both best of sevens, going to game 7, going to be exciting. Then in the semis, our top 4, we've got G2 and Oxygen, and Falcons and Carmine.
Okay.
And I think I just had to send Oxygen on.
You had okay.
4-3. 4-3 G2, because Carmine is beating Falcons 4-3 in lowers. And with Falcons losing and not making a grands, I decided that G2 was also not going to make a grand finals. And we were just going to have both of our top seeds lose. So it's Oxygen and Carmine World Championship. Joyo versus
I don't want to watch
Staviroo and I.
I would hate to watch an EU versus EU grand final.
I wouldn't if it was these two teams. I wouldn't hate that at all.
I don't know.
These are my 2 favorite EU teams, so I'm just full bias here.
Yeah, I would not like that.
I think I would do G2 versus Carmine. I think because I really do believe that Carmine's gonna make it. Oxygen, it's full hopium for me.
Okay.
But I mean, realistically, G2 and Carmine probably. G2 gets to complete they made every grand finals in the season. That's pretty exciting. Oxygen made a top 4, when they weren't going to even go originally. Falcons lose to Carmine, as they have a lot of times in the beginning of the season. And Carmine takes it all. Grand final, whether it's G2, Oxygen, you give them BDS, whoever it is, Carmine's winning it.
So my grand final. Oh, okay. Well, so my semis, BDS Furia in a game 7 thriller.
That's crazy. You got Furia going to the championship? Wow.
And then G2 Falcons. Give me G2. Let me set the stage for you, all right? Let me just paint you let me paint you a word picture of what could happen live in this arena. So we know the Furia boys, wherever they show up, crowds love them. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, crowds, as long as they're not playing Team Falcons in Saudi Arabia, people love Furia. The fans get loud for Furia, and then you mix that with a home team. You bring in a team from the home region versus one of the international favorites. I think that stadium could be like it could get loud on Sunday.
Yeah.
For this series. And so that's what I want. I want to experience, like, I want to go deaf. Let me go deaf during this series, and it's okay. I don't care. But I went to Worlds in Season 7. I remember watching Scrub Killa hoist the trophy over Rizzo. I remember watching Vitality beat G2 in America, and it made me so sad. G2 finally has their chance to lift a trophy. I've got them beating Furia.
Let's go.
I'm gonna
There's
give
the bias.
I'm gonna give it 4-2. G2 is our grand final. Oh, there's
the crowd got so loud on a 4-2. We went deaf. Oh no. Oh man.
Well, the thing is, you don't know. You don't know when the series is gonna end.
Yeah.
All I know is I pick G2 and T-Bait shows up on my screen. I didn't know that.
That's funny.
I don't like how he's smiling like that, but
he showed up for you. That's hilarious.
Yeah, because it's supposed to show like the roster that wins, isn't it?
I'm picking G2 now.
You'll see T-Bates
just chilling in his car. That's funny. Oh man.
But that's what I got.
That is funny.
But then, so I've got G2 winning it all. You've got Carmine winning it all.
Over G2, I officially made the hopium stops in the semifinals for Oxygen for me.
But
I don't want it to.
That championship Sunday is small potatoes. That's nothing.
True.
Compared to the real world championship, which is the yap off of Chalked versus
on Saturday.
First Touch.
On Saturday, right?
Yes. And so this one's pretty easy for me. In a best of 5, give me the Chalk Cast 3-1. Rizzo, CJ, and Johnny Boy taking it over Daz, T-Bates, and I just blinked.
Roldiz.
And Roldiz. Forgot World
Yep,
is, but
I've got a 3-1 for them as well.
give me the Chalk
International
boys.
Absolutely. On LAN. Getting to see Johnny Boy play on a LAN is unbelievable.
It is, and what
Bazarin.
makes it even more exciting is I want to say it was T-Bates that said that there's a chance that we'll get live comms inside the arena,
Yes.
so we'll get to hear their comms. I think they're just going to take that opportunity to trash talk one another, even though the other team probably can't hear them.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. That's honestly the matchup I'm looking forward to most, just because it's the only one that's guaranteed outside of round 1 Swiss.
Yep. So give me the chalk cast.
Give me the chalk cast.
Put them in the playoffs for me.
Yeah, throw them against the winners
That's
at the end of it all.
Imagine that. Whoever wins the yap off, they get to go play the world champs.
Yeah,
and then they can become the real world champs.
Make it happen at an internet cafe after, you know?
What? Just they just roll up to an internet cafe instead of the after party.
Yeah, let's see it happen.
That would be fantastic to see. But outside of that, I think I'm excited. This is going to be a great weekend. It's going to be super fun. There's going to be lots to do, and I'm ready. I fly out to Texas on Thursday. And
I pick him up on Thursday.
We'll go hit up the C9 OG C9 OG watch party.
Yep.
Get to go see Squishy.
Go meet the goat.
But it'll be good. I'm excited. But I believe that wraps it up for us. Steve, any closing comments?
Nope. Can't wait to double commit.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see y'all at Worlds. We'll see you later.
07.
07. Oh, not right hand. I'm not in the military. Left hand.
Oh, yeah. Good comms.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.